Assalamu alaikum. Suleiman Rahim here. Let's slay some demons. Sisters and brothers, this is a continuation of the Breaking the Dumb Barrier, plus a special presentation because it's urgent. Everything we've talked about is urgent, but this is particularly urgent. I'm doing it late at night because maybe those who are looking into playing with my computer, maybe to be asleep. Maybe I'll be able to get through this one without much difficulty. But anyway, I'll get to you one way or the other. As you know, they are limiting my audience. They're doing everything they can to prevent this message. That's how critical the time is. So we're going to talk about this. Right? Injil, Destruct. You don't know how powerful this is, what this is all about, how powerful the Injil is, and how important it is for them to destruct it. It's the life for our time. It's the only light for our time. And they're going overtime, 24/7, 365, to put it out, to extinguish it. So we're going to talk about a couple of things here. So let's get right into it. Again, breaking the dumb barrier. See, because we're under the control of the analytical mind. And we have to break that control. The analytical mind is controlling our thoughts. And we have to break it. See, they're keeping our thoughts under control as we kept theirs under control. But now they're keeping our thoughts under control, limiting our thoughts. Because by keeping ours under control, they're limiting it, keeping us dumbed down. We have to break the dumb barrier because our creation is a biological creation, a spatial creation. But we're thinking it in an analytical way. So we have to break the dumb barrier. When it said that Jesus healed the blind and the deaf, it didn't mean his physical eyes. It means perception. See, right? Because he gave you the Injil, so now you can see ahead of yourself. See, and also gave you the ears to hear the truth, because you don't have the ears to hear the truth right now. They take that away from you too. See. Let me see if I can get a little more light going on here. Hold on, brothers and sisters. I think that's a little better. Okay. So we have to break their control over our thoughts. That's what Injil is doing, and they don't like it. So I try everything they can to stop it. We got to separate. We have to separate from them. Total, complete separation. Not separated to some 6 states or separating the way of life. Like Farrakhan's trying to tell you, well, you got to come and start listening to him. Come to Nation of Islam. That's a separation. Bullshit. He's a main part of the problem. Okay, Injil, Destruct. They have to destroy the Injil. Farrakhan is the main demon here that's pushing that effort. See, but the Sunnis are pushing it, right? Not only the Sunnis are pushing it, but everyone is pushing it because Sunnis are sitting on our land. They've sat on it for 50,000 years, right? They've taken control. They don't want us to take control of our land back. See, The demons, right? They work with massa. Their whole point of existing is to keep us dumbed down. See, to make us think the way they want us to think, because they look like us, because they found that they had a better effect if they looked like us, to convince us, to control us. So they raped our women and produced their seed. That's where it says this parable of the wheat and the chaff. They sowed their seed amongst us, right? So in other words, they produced a whole um, people hybrid that look like us, walk us, talk us, that will convince us, right, to our own destruction. And Farrakhan just follows the devil. He's the main one. They come in from every elevated place. Okay, now this is the theme here. Well, I can leave it, because the second part is just duplication of the first part. Therefore, be on the alert, for you do not know which day the Lord is coming. Be sure of this, that if the head of the house had known at what time the night the thief was coming, they characterize Suleiman as a thief because he's coming to get his elect. See, the gold and silver, see, their wealth, we are their wealth, to take us away, right? So he referred to us as a thief, to snatch us away, right? If he knew what time of the night the thief was coming, see, it'd be time of darkness, time of night, see, time of darkness. He would have been on alert and would not have allowed his house to be broken into. For this reason, you must be ready as well, for the Son of Man is coming an hour when you do not think he will. See, so he's coming. The messenger of the covenant says he's suddenly coming. See, so that's what they're worried about. So in other words, what it's telling you, bottom line is, they would change prophecy if they could knew exactly when these things were going to event. That's what take place. So the whole idea is, if they could figure out exactly, then they could change prophecy. That means they blind us, because the angel is the only light. And if they can change the course of events, they will blind us if we're being blind. And in a time of intense darkness, in time of unprecedented trouble, and you have no any light, can you imagine how terrible that would be? That's what they're trying to do, trying to extinguish the light of Allah with their mouths, but Allah perfect His light. They got Farrakhan tell all the scriptures corrupt. See, all these efforts to blind you, and failing that, right? They say, okay, if we can figure out exactly when it's going to happen, we can stop it, because they can stop us being taken away. That would kill the rest of the prophecy down the line. We'll be blind, because the whole object is to get us. When you study the scriptures, the whole object, all it boils down to is our resurrection and being separated from here. That's all it boils down to. When you all distill it, that's what all boils down to. And the Farrakhan, he's against that. We ain't going nowhere. See, if you understand scripture, you understand him. The whole scripture about, that's what Elijah Muhammad said. The whole scripture is get the hell out of here. We have to use the covenant of Abraham to get us out of here. Because once we're out of here, then their destruction comes immediately. The Quran tells you Allah will not destroy a nation while the righteous are amongst them. They got to get us out of here quickly. That's what's going on. Understand that, brothers and sisters. It's so important that you understand that. That's why they keep you dumbed down. They give this false vision. Everything will be all right. All of a sudden, they love you, right? They want to do everything for you. Why? Well, all of a sudden, it's changed since 2020, because the prophecy became clear to them. 1619 to 2019, 400 years, 2020 be a plague that would kill the firstborn. It's right there in Exodus, it's very clear. And that plague would be the start of being distracted out of here. That's the purpose of the plague to begin with. And the plague is not over, because now you're talking about these variants and all this kind of stuff. So I'm not getting to all of that. But the point is that that's what that's all about. And you need to understand it. They don't want you to understand it. See, so some of you are going to be lost because of lack of knowledge, because we can't take time to play with you. It's not a game. This is very serious. And you're going to see in a minute. See? So we keep on going before they, because they've been interrupting. Brothers and sisters, you have no idea what I'm going through to get these presentations to you. And after all that, they still limit our audience. They think I don't know it. They're only letting a few people even see this. It's not even going out all over. And that's one of the reasons why they keep starting to block me on YouTube, because YouTube is it's harder to restrict the audience because it's usually universal. So they should block you altogether. See, so now they block for no reason. I just put a video out there what somebody else said, Fox News video, and they say, "Oh well, that's not I didn't put out that's put what they said." See, so they're trying to put up enough strikes so I can just block me, this platform me altogether. Now, this is, brothers and sisters, pay attention to this. Pay attention to this very, hold on here. Let me get myself out of the way here. Pay attention to this. Now, something I don't talk about. See, because there's so many things to talk about. The angel, right? So, and all the different things about the angel and about Daniel. And there's a lot of books in the Bible I haven't talked about. And then, so, and Quran talks about that, not much. There's so much to talk about. It's just me, brothers and sisters, right? And I'm trying to raise those that stand with me to a level where they can take on some of it if it's possible. So here we're going to talk about a couple of things on the Hadith. This is very important one here. I mean, all of them are important. But now what Hadith is, it's not the Quran. It's just saying it was things that was towards the Prophet outside the Quran. Okay? These are mostly minimum prophecies. Okay? It's something like, you had the Injil, which is Revelation, then you got Mark and Matthew, all that kind of stuff. They're like adjuncts to it, right? Okay. What it says, look what it says here. We have killed those who are upon the earth. We have killed those who are upon the earth. Let us now kill those who are in the sky. And they would throw their arrows toward the sky, and the arrows would return to them, besmirched with blood. In other words, they paint the arrows with blood. See? And depends on the hadith you talk about. What the other hadith says, Allah will paint it with blood. Send it back to them, and they would think they have killed Allah. Yeah, that's what it said in hadith. They would shoot arrows. So they don't think God's a spook or spirit. And think, in the Injil says, the nation prepared to make war with God. How in the world are you going to prepare to make war with God if you think he's a spirit or spook? They know he's not a spirit or spook. They don't want you to know it. How are they going to prepare to make war with a spirit or spook? How's a war in heaven? Michael's angels, I mean, but the thing is, how are they going to prepare to make war against God if God's a spirit or spook? So the nation's prepared to make war with God. How are they going to do that if he's a spirit or spook? Here's the injury right here. They sent arrows up at him. See? So what does this mean right here? What it means is they're preparing you for this war. Because what they're telling you is, first they're going to kill us. Much as they had a plan, they're going to kill us. And then they're going to try to kill Farad. They tried to kill Suleiman first, and they're going to try to kill Farad second. That's what they're telling you here. See, we killed all the earth. That's us, the Nation of Islam, all the black folks here, right? That's talking about Adam and Eve. Remember Adam and Eve, the whole story of Adam and Eve, the Gasum, the knowledge, tree of knowledge, good and evil. Remember I tell you, so when you consume something, take out of existence, remember, that's their plan. Their plan was to do that, but it was interrupted before they could fulfill that plan, before they executed. That's their plan. It says we have killed. Now, from this point of view, they've done it. They've already killed us. And then they go after kill. And it tells you, you're talking about Gog and Magog. That's America and Britain. See, the Sunnis don't know who Gog and Magog is, but I'm telling you, we know. That's what it says. It's Gog and Magog. It says, because nobody would want to fight against them. They're so powerful. The only two world powers ever been in Europe since in Yaqub's age. America and Britain, only two world empires. You understand? You better read this carefully. So it was once they killed us, so they're preparing you, they're preparing the people of war. How are they preparing people of war with fraud? Because now they tell you, oh, now we're going to start telling you about the UFOs, we're going to explain it. Why? Because they're preparing you for that war. Because they tell you, yeah, they really, because they have to, see, before they can go to war with something, they have to prove, get the people prepared for it. Because they can't get people prepared for war about some spirits or spooks. People say, what the hell are we talking about? What do what do you fight? Fighting spirits? But I mean, it's like they had to go to war with Iraq. They had to prove it. Here, weapons of mass destruction. So they're getting the people aware that they got these things out there, and they're so powerful, America can't do nothing with them. So we got to go to war. They got the people, so they got to tell people they're real. So when they start shooting at them, people say, these people ain't crazy, they ain't shooting at, they're not desperate, they're not just shooting, right? Because they know they have to do some awesome power to go after them. And what's their power? They know they can't catch them. They said they're most powerful just about them. They're not telling you over here, but China and Russia has said they're most powerful just about them, and it was taken out. America's done it too, but they haven't broadcast it. But now they telling the people, well, yeah, they're real. And remember, next month they post it. In a few more days, what's today? It's 26, right? And next week they have to reveal all of this. In 7 more days, right? They have to reveal all this, right? That they know. So where they go? They're telling you, they're real, and they're so powerful. Why are they telling you that? Because they're getting ready to go to war with them. How do you want to go to war with them? They know they can't catch them. They can't catch them with their jets. So the idea is they think that they can shoot nuclear missiles at them. And see, it don't have to hit them. They don't have to catch them. But they drop, these things move so fast, they figure if they can get anywhere within a mile of it and hit it, it'd be enough nuclear power blast would knock the thing out of orbit, would knock it out, knock it down. And the worst best case is that they can, it disable it enough where they can get hold of it, figure out how it works. The worst case, they destroy it. But they can't be shooting off nuclear missiles. And people say, what the hell are you doing that for? So you got to get people ready. That, hey man, I know what they're doing. These things, but they could get people afraid of them. So then they can start doing this, and then people, because they can't go out and start. Man, people say, what they use nuclear weapons for? What are they shooting off nuclear weapons for? People crazy? People say, what y'all crazy? But so they preparing your mind for it. See, so they shouldn't if you know why they're doing it, because they're at war with Farad. That's what they're preparing for. See, they've already made the progression to take the heck of us out. You don't even understand it. And you have to talk, because you can't talk about the vaccine. Oh man, they shut you down, talk about that. You don't even know what that's about. Because you don't pay attention to Exodus. It says it passed over you. It's passed over. Now all of a sudden, South Africa is really getting it really bad. But they ain't telling you about South Africa. You know, South Africa, right? The large population of South Africa is mostly Caucasian and India. That's what Gandhi, y'all love Gandhi so much. He practiced down there. He was a persecuting black folks. He didn't care about black folks, but he about Gandhi. He didn't care about, he's a Brahmin. He didn't care about black folks. He was a prosecutor persecuting black folks down there before he went back to India. See, and who's catching hell the most right now? India. So they say, the blacks are, no, because it's not affecting black Africa. Almost not. But all of a sudden, we got to get it, you don't understand, brothers and sisters. Okay, I'm just trying to alert you. This is why they're getting ready to tell you about the UFOs and everything. Because they're getting ready to go to war with them and they already set you up. See, they're putting this thing in you and it says programmable. Programmed to do what? It's not a vaccine. It's this programmable RNA type of thing. Programmed to do what? How long? When it's supposed to go off? This is what they're planning. This is a hadith. So if you don't want to hear the Quran, maybe you listen to a hadith of the Quran. Maybe you listen to Prophet Muhammad. You don't hear Elijah Muhammad. You don't hear me. So maybe you listen to Prophet Muhammad. What he has to say about it. We have killed those who are upon the earth. So they're upon the earth. They mean they kill everybody on the earth because they're on the earth themselves. They God. Mike said nobody will go to war with them. So who they killing upon the earth? They didn't kill themselves. That means you're killing some, people, us, we're on Earth. Earth represents the European countries. So now let's kill those in the sky. See, because Suleiman will be on the earth. But one will be on the earth, Suleiman will be on the earth, and Farad will be in the sky. And they want to kill both. See? So from their point of view here, from this point of view, they've already killed us. But that was their plan. Because they're in the process of doing that right now. But they're going to be interrupted Farad so they can complete it. You see? But this is the way this sequence of events. Remember, You had the sequence of events in Adam and Eve, but it was disrupted. This was a sequence of events they have planned. First kill us, right? And then into my Gog and Magog is going to be doing this, right? And then go after Farad. But he interrupts it because right now, right, things are moving quicker than they thought, in a different direction they thought. So now they have to change their plans. And then Farad's going to interrupt their plans. But then that's why they prepare. That's why they talking about this now all years and never say anything. So now they got to tell you what's going on because they got to go to war. They can't have me shoot off these nuclear. People say, why y'all doing this? Because they got to tell you reason. We shoot them because these people are going to attack us. These UFOs, they're enemy and they're powerful. And we got only thing we can attack them with is nuclear weapons. Because nothing else is fast enough to get them. They can't shoot a missile at a regular missile because it can't get close enough. And it won't have enough blast. You know, so if this thing is getting away and it's moving really fast, right? But that nuclear blast will move fast too. So if they can get within a mile of it or half a mile or close in that, and then fire that thing off, right? Maybe the thing won't get far enough away for the blast hits it, knocks it out. That's their plan. That's what's getting ready to happen, brothers and sisters. Here's chapter 19. And I saw the wild beasts and the kings of earth and armies of them having led together to make war with the sitting upon the horse. That's chapter 19. Who's sitting upon the horse? Farad. See, to make war with him and army with him. That's the Shia. They're preparing to make war in the Middle East. That says Michael and his angels fought with the dragons and angels. That's the same story here, right? And was caught the wild beast. That's America and the false prophets, false Israel, right? See, and all those demons, right? That was worshiping them, these Christian blacks and everything. The demons. Oh man, we for we for Israel. See, all of them, and they were still in the lake of fire. This is what is going to happen. This is what they prevented from happening because they didn't understand this. But now that I'm breaking the seals, they start to understand this stuff. And so now they planning. That's it's very dangerous because when your prophet comes, he's not only telling the people he intend to help, but the people he don't intend to help, they know too. Because remember, when the wise man came to celebrate Jesus, right? Well, hey, come on in, have a seat, have a drink, make yourself comfortable. See, because their presence, for you know, in order to show up, they also Herod knew what was going on too, because he said, hey, if they show up, that means there must be time. So he tried to give as much information out of them as possible. See? That's what's going on here, brothers and sisters. Read chapter 19. That's what's going on here. This is what's going to happen. They're trying to prevent it because me as revealing the angel is also telling them what's going on too. That's why I be very careful how much I reveal and what and the way I do it and at the time frame, right? I'm telling you, I said that's why I keep telling you as I get closer and closer, I reveal it more and more. See, because they also paying attention to angel destruct. The first thing they do when you have an enemy, first thing you would do is knock out his light. See, if you're in the military, those in the military know the first thing you want to do is you want to knock out his light. You want to knock out his communication, everything. Blind them. So you don't know what to do. Then you make your attack. So that's why it's first to blind you, angel. See, discredit it. Say, oh, it's a false. It's corrupt. See, it's not happening like it says. Oh, he predict this didn't happen. But so far, everything I predict has happened. See, so that's why it's angel destruct that light. Put them in darkness. It's easy to get rid of them because they don't know what's happening. See, right now I know exactly what's happening, and I'm telling you as time goes on, I'm telling you what you need to know as you need to know it. Like I'm telling you about this right now. See, but I couldn't tell you this about this 6 months ago. See, because that gives them time to change, reorganize their situation. See, but I've been telling you, right? They're trying to destroy the angel, trying to destroy this message. So that's what's going on, brothers and sisters. They're preparing you, right? See, and this whole thing. So what method are they doing to get rid of us here? What are they doing? Remember, the whole idea is to get rid of us. So whatever they're doing, they tell us everything. They said, man, they're going to do shrewdly with us. So everything they're telling us is supposed to be helping us. But if we understand Scripture, you know, everything they're doing is to hurt us. Because they lied to us about the COVID. They lied to us about it. Because we know Exodus. That's why I told you about Exodus. Once you know Exodus, you know that's a lie that they're telling. Because it's supposed to pass over us. It's killing the firstborn. That's me elderly. And then they was hiding the fact that it wasn't affecting Africa. But now they tell you, oh, South Africa. What about the rest of Black Africa? Nothing. Crickets. See? They tell, oh man, you dropping like flies over here. Why? All of a sudden they want to help you, save you. They had an idea when AIDS is still ravaging our community. They wouldn't really care about you, and that's respectable. I said, no man, you got to get it. We got to help you. See, you're more important. We love you. Critical race theory. We love you, right? We're gonna defund. We're gonna do everything for you right now. We love you so much. We gotta look out for Black people, and you buying all of it. And you got these demons that going full out. Yeah, man, we love America. We gotta help. You know, this is our country. You know, and you got Farrakhan. Yeah, man, we ain't going nowhere. And he's preparing to go all out because they about out him because they getting pissed off at him. So he got rid of all archives. So you can't go back and research all the bullshit they've been talking about over the years. Why would they do that? If he's a prophet, you don't want to get rid of all your prophecy because that's the proof that you're a prophet. See, I told you this a year ago. I told you that 5 years ago. I told you this. But he got rid of all that because he ain't told you a damn thing. He talked about this so-called time, what must be done for a whole year, every week for a year, over an hour, for a couple of years ago. It was all bullshit. None of that stuff happened. And none of the stuff that's happening now was even mentioned. That's why I got rid of it. I got rid of all that stuff. Because all that bullshit they've been talking about, none of that stuff is happening. None of that stuff is real. None of that stuff makes sense. And it all turns back on them. And so they got rid of all the archives, all the evidence of their bullshit over the years. So now they got new game now, new song. See, they're stealing my message. See, he's gone, he's toast. So just read chapter 19. They're preparing war, right? See, what it says, I saw the wild beasts and the kings of earth. That means all the European countries, right? Right? Getting prepared to make war with the one set on horse, that's Farad. And his army, that's Shia. See? But it says the wild beast was taken. That's Babylon falls with its false prophet as far as Israel. They're going to be taken. This is that's going to happen. And then all the demons are all going to be thrown in the lake of fire. And they've tried, now they understand what that means. So now they're going to do everything to prevent it. See? And again, the white line is prophecy, the angel. The red line is if they could take and change one event, then the rest of the prophecy goes along the red line. And we don't know what that is. We know what the white line says. We don't know what the red line would be. If they can divert it to that red line, get a detour, then the angel's no good anymore. And we don't have a book that tells us what will happen along that red line. That's what they're trying to do. If they can divert any event, the rest of everything else in angel won't work because everything's action, reaction. So if they could change the action that the angel predicts, that means the reaction will be different than what the angel predicts. That means all the action and reaction after that is going to be outside of what the angel predicts. The angel is no good anymore. That means we're in darkness. In a time of unprecedented trouble, in a time of total trip in the darkness, like it talks about in the Quran, they're cast in darkness. That means we're confused. That means it's easy to get rid of us. That means I'm no value to you because I won't know, right? So there's nothing to have faith in because you have no light to, right? Because that's what faith has based on facts. We have no facts, so therefore you can have no light. Nothing to have faith in. You're in a point of belief in them, so you might as well be any believe that somebody's coming from 10th dimension or Jesus coming back from the dead or something. That's what they're trying to do. So they're going all out with this JCPOA. to force them to get back to him. The angel says that will not happen. So he's doing anything to get him back. They came all kinds of things. They come up with some temporary thing where you can be temporary, not in the JCPOA, but something like it. So it looks like they're in the JCPOA, but it's not the JCPOA. And that's only for a month. They're desperate. Brother and sister, they at war. You are a target, and you sitting around playing video games, in NFL, NBA, and all that stuff. And these people are serious. They out to get rid of you. Period. Let's get rid of them. And you, and you got, oh man, I ain't gonna listen to nobody but Elijah Muhammad's around. And tell me what page messing black men and COVID-19 is in. Tell me what page any of this stuff is in. See, it says the mess with the covenant. Oh no, he's the same thing as Elijah Muhammad. So they're working with the devils. They work with the FBI and all. They working with all of them. See, so they come and say, well, we with Elijah. No, anybody that's telling you to hold on to the past, right? A time anchor, they're your enemy because we're time travelers. So we should keep, so the prophecy, everything should keep us moving into time. If you got anything trying to stop moving time, it means it's trying to kill you because the dead is the only thing that's not moving through time. When you're dead, you're not moving through time anymore. Your DNA is moving through time because it's scattered amongst all your relatives and everything. That's why it says, take 4 birds, teach them to climb to you, and spread them all the mountains. But you as a person are not moving through time anymore. And they're trying to stop you. Oh man, ain't nobody come after Elijah. He's an enemy. That's a lie. See, Exodus tells you that's a lie. See, we ain't going nowhere. That's fulfillment of prophecy. That's Farrakhan. No, this prophecy not going to be fulfilled. Right? That's almost the same thing. It's not going anywhere because that we not the same thing is killing the prophecy because he says right. I mean, same thing is stop you from traveling through time because you ain't going nowhere. Stand right here. All these your enemies from every elevated place. We move through time, and the angel is our light. Move through time. So he's trying to blind you or keep you from seeing the light. But understand, brothers and sisters. But that's what you're going to see in a few more days. They're preparing the people because they're getting ready to go to war with fraud and attack those ships. Hopefully they can knock one down without destroying it. Then they can figure out how it works. See? So I'm going to go right through this real quick, right? It says there'll be a pause. I told you November would be the time. There'd be a pause, right? For 6 months, a lull, right? That'll put you in May. The war started in May, exactly like I said. Not in June, not in April. I don't have to bullshit you, brothers and sisters. It's right there. You should check with Brother Malik. He's got all the old videos. It's right there. I told you November, watch out for November. I said it'd be 6 months, a lull between 5 and 7 months, right? After I have to be careful how I talk. But what's between 5 and 7 months? 6. What's between 5 and 7? 6. In May, the war started. See? And then if you read chapter 6, and the 6th seal, there's 2 stages of the war. First, the first stage, that's what just happened, right? And then the fall and NOI, and then the 6th stage, right after. See? So you can expect that to happen any day now. See? Farrakhan, your toast. If I was you, I'd be packing. And say, I don't know where you're going to go. Because we own everything. We even own you. See? Because all belongs to us. The whole universe belongs to us. But you better find somewhere. Because you definitely want us to get hold to you. And so that's when he said, open the 6th seal. Shaking occurred. That's the first shaking. 7 in May. 6 months after. Remember? First was basically half an hour. Back again, right? See, there was silence for half an hour. That's hours a year. 6 months. 6 months from November. is May. That's 60th, then that's the first shaking, right? It's one we just had, right? Then that's when Suleiman sets the Ancient of Days, right? He casts out Farrakhan, all his demons. He comes and rescues the NOI, cleans it up, and measures the covenant. That's going to happen any day now. That's going to happen any day now because they're going to get rid of him. He's already on notice. See, they're just trying to figure out what to do, when to do it. But his own people that's in there is going to get rid of him. This is happening any day now. You're going to see it. See, that's right. And because that was the time that when Farad goes in action. Read Ancient of Days is when the Ancient of Days set, cast down all the thrones, right? That's all the NOI and all those. I mean, the demons, Farrakhan threw them out. Then he said, and that's when the one life Son of Man came in the clouds of heaven. It's Farad. They got together. So that's what he's been waiting for. I can tell you that now. See, because it's too late for them to try to intervene or do anything to upset that. But they can try. They won't dare to attack me again. They already tried that one. And there was a consequence to that. You don't know what it is. I'm not going to tell you right now, but I will tell you. They won't try that one again. See, because that would be the easiest one. Get rid of me, because that would take out the angel too. Because I'm the one only can tell you what the angel means. They already tried that. I showed some of you. They put me in a car crash. They tried to destroy me. And anybody looks at them, no, there's no way in the world you should have walked away from that. See, but see, first of all, I got my God to protect me. Remember, Jesus told him, says, you can be, I can call my Father, he sent out 10 legions of angels. Protect me anytime I call on him. See? Not only that, but I got the five pillars of mathematical Islam. That's a protection too. That's protect me in that car. See? I'm not worried about anything. Now people, oh man, you ain't worried. You seem to like worried. You don't hear anybody talking like me. Farrakhan, you don't hear anybody talking like him. But no, really? Is Farrakhan telling these kind of explain these things to you? Is he talking like this? He's afraid to even say devils anymore, right? Because he's one of them. He's a demon. There's no one out there explaining this and telling you some detail, and call out names and telling you specific names of different people in different times, different events, who Gog and Magog is, who Lucifer is, Obama. Oh, you don't like that one. See, you know, who the Injil are. I mean, who the Jinn are. See, who the Jahal is, who Gog and Magog are, who the dragon is. You know, nobody explain all that kind of stuff to you. And what they're doing, how they're going to action, and what they're planning. Who's telling you that? No one. But the only way you get that here, they're trying to block that as much as they can. And then there's the war. That's the second one. See, there's another shaking. There was two wars. The preliminary one, that's the one that took this place a few days ago. Then, right, the throwing down of the thrones, shaking up of the NOI. That's going to happen in the same period of time as this happening, the war, right? And this the war here, where they throw Gog, Magog, false Israel, right? Knock them out in the Middle East. But false Israel can't go out in the Middle East. So they destroy it. And that's the shock of the hour. Because all this thing for the last 72 years revolved around the fact that false Israel is supposed to be the true seed of Abraham. And that started 72 years ago, right? In 1948. And that's what this whole thing's all about. And so in other words, that's what the whole world's consciousness is based on that. That's the foundation of the world's politics today. The foundation of the world's politics today, right? The power foundation of world ideology today, right, is what? The fact that so-called false Israel is the true seed of Abraham, and that that God is with them, and that they're supposed to take over the Middle East. That's what the whole psychology of the world is today. That's the whole foundation of ideology, right? Or the politics, right? See, it's all surrounded around it. And once they're taken out and destroyed, they'll shock the whole world because the whole reality has just been crushed. That's why I said the shock of the hour is going to drive them crazy. The evangelicals here in America go crazy. Christian priests go crazy. The demons go crazy. Who's the demons? That's the demon plague, this locust plague. That's the Christian blacks. They're going to go crazy, insane. Because now there's no doubt that we're the true seed of Abraham, that we're the God. And that is going to be too much for most people to handle. There'll be no doubt. Because false Israel's gone, there's no one that's, there's no doubt. See, shock of the hour. It's a grievous thing. That's the fig, America. That's so at this point, the war state, right? Because they had a plan to get us first. But since they were interrupted, now they're going to attack us. Now they're going to try to take us out. See? And that's when that's when Suleiman called on the four winds. That's the four stars. The four winds, same thing. And that's when they're going to hit, bam. All this year, brothers and sisters. Much closer than you think. Before you can blink an eye, Farrakhan and his demon's going to be gone. See, that's what's happening, brothers and sisters. That's remaining four winds. And then that's when we gather, right? The wheat and the chaff together. That's the resurrection. See, that'd be 5 months after the locust plague. Because it'll be 5 months, right? It's going to take 5 months to prepare the NOI, right? If they got their mind back to go to tribulation, because they have to be left behind. Read Mark. Left behind because they spent the last 40 years building mansions for Farrakhan. They're supposed to build a bridge between Moses and Joshua or Elijah and Suleiman and preparing our people, but they didn't. So now they got to go back and get the rest of our people. A lot of people be left behind here. And so now they got to get them ready because they can't come back unless they have a thorough knowledge themselves. So now we have to prepare NOI. They have to go to tribulation, right? And they have to prepare our people in that. They have to stay in the furnace because our people, they're not ready, not purified enough. So they got to stay in the furnace a little longer. And it's going to be real intense. And so is the silver, because that's who the Nation of Islam are. They're silver. So they got to go in, they got to stand there, and they got to, they said to purify and make white. They have to clean them up. That's what Daniel said. They have to clean them up, get them ready, get them a thorough knowledge system. So now they can return. See, because Michael stood up, right? He took those who was in the Lamb books, those ones purified. He took those in the Lamb's book, but the rest left behind. But there was some that for everlasting life and some everlasting shame and department. That means everlasting shame and department. That's the fire. That's the devils and everything in that's going to be here. Through everlasting life. That's the Nation of Islam going through the tribulation. See, and have to purify the rest. And they survive it and come out. Now they're ready to go back home. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. This is where we are right now. See, Iran's poised, right? They're pushing pressure on America, falls this from Britain over there, negotiating everything else. But then they get ready. That's where they are right now. See, and a few more days, boom. See, they're pushing. So how they say, call it wind. So how? At what point the wind's going to be great enough to cause those figs? Remember, America and Britain are the figs to cause them, right? To cast those figs. Because the wind's blowing. Okay, brothers and sisters. Hope you understand. I'm going to leave it there. Hope you understand. This is like a non-emergency. It's not really not an emergency presentation, right? But somewhat, because I say you need to know this, brothers, because we're in it. And the next few days, I'm doing everything I can to get more and more information to you because we're in it right now. We're in it. See? So the presentation might be shorter, but they're more intense because we in it right now. And you have to understand exactly what's going on because they moving fast. They move fast because suddenly, all of a sudden, not a month later, a month ago, we're gonna start the UFOs. Yeah, they're real, and we're gonna tell you next month in June exactly what's that all about. And then we love black people. We worried about you. We gotta make sure you're getting vaccinated. Oh, what's all this going on? Critical race theory. We love you. Yeah, we was bad, but we good now. We're gonna do everything for you. What's going on? Stuff's moving fast. And it's working on your mind because they're trying to destroy it. Injil, destruct. Understand, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum.